Oh, goodness. Okay, sorry. I did not realize this until I turned on the camera, but I know you can see the double. I'm here and then I'm over there because I got a hairline crack in my screen and I was going to use another phone to record from, but I don't know how to log into YouTube from another phone, from another account. So we're just going to have to bear with this distraction until I can either get the screen replaced or I don't know. It's always something. It is always something. But anyway, I've kept you waiting long enough. For the one person that's there that gave me a thumbs up, thank you. Thank you for being here and sharing time and space with me. This is I Am Everything Fresh and Sassy. How are you? I hope all is well with you. I do. Mind, body, spirit, and in health. It is, what is it? Today is Monday, June 26th. 2023 is 3:46 in the p.m. And I guess it's about 80 degrees outside. It's been warmer than what it was last week. You know, we had that 60-degree weather, and I won't say everybody was getting sick, but everybody in my household has been sick. Matter of fact, let me sit down because I am so wiped out. I really am. Let me sit down. Everybody got out the bed today, and hubby went upstairs to work. I went downstairs and met with my maker because for 2 days I couldn't even go downstairs and do that. Okay, I had to lay in my bed and call on my Yahweh to come help us. And you know what? He did just what I asked him to do. He sure did. I'm telling you. So look. Pardon me for coughing, but it's like that right now. Anyway, let me just tilt this down a little bit. Hey, hello. Is that too far down? It's too far down. Hold on. Okay. I really try to be ready, y'all. I really do. But it's always something. How about that? Is that better? That's better, right? Okay. Making a video. What you get ready to take that stuff now? Be careful. Because the bottom of that tray, I think, is trying to give way and break. Okay. Anyway. We have been in here sick. Oh my goodness. I don't do well being sick. I really don't do well. I know it's a lot going on in here, but you know, I tried to make it. I'm not a decorator. That's not my forte. I don't do well with that. So I know it's anyway. We've been in here sick. We have been in here sick, and I don't do well sick. I don't. And I don't get sick that often. But it's been exactly 7 years since I got sick. Now, something happened to me in 2020. I don't know what that was. I never experienced nothing like that in my life. But I wasn't sick. I wasn't, this was like something, as my doctor said, something environmental. Okay. Whatever that was that happened to me in 2020. But yeah, we've been sick. My daughter had strep throat. Based on my symptoms, I don't even want to say the words. I don't. But based on my symptoms, I had a little bit more than strep throat. Just look up strep throat and a rash. And you got to be treated for that, because if you don't, you're going to have problems down the line. You are not going to be whole and well if you are not treated for strep throat, if you are not treated for strep throat and rash. And even though strep throat and rash is what they would consider a child's disease, and how I ended up with it, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even want to say the name, because I don't want to claim that, but that's that according to. So I've been on 10 days of. I haven't finished 10 days, but I've been given 10. Me and my daughter got 10 days of amoxicillin. So and I went down last Tuesday, and I was sick Tuesday afternoon, into the evening, into the night. Oh, and into the night, I was just so sick. And that morning I got up, I said, get up and take a shower, you'll feel much better. I got up, I took a shower, washed my hair, I cleaned myself from head to toe, put my lotion on, washed my teeth, everything. And I felt so much better. But not good enough to cook a meal for everybody. So I told everybody, said, look, whatever y'all want, just, call the restaurant, we'll go pick it up. And that's going to have to be dinner, because I can't, I'm wiped. So I was fine that Wednesday. But then that Wednesday night, oh my God. That Tuesday night, I had a headache like, like what the heck? What the heck? So Wednesday, oh, aren't you cute? So Wednesday, I was feeling pretty good after I got the shower, but Wednesday night, I crashed. And I was feeling bad yet again. So everyone ate, and then I came upstairs and I had to go to bed, and I laid there and I moaned and I groaned and I whined and complained. And so Thursday morning I said, this is not like me, because even when I do get sick, I'm sick for like 24 hours and I'm done. Okay, it's quick, fast, and dirty for me when I get sick. 24 hours sick and I'm done. But this lasted from Tuesday night. Wednesday I was better. Wednesday night I went down again. And then Thursday I contacted my doctor and said, look, we need to have a talk, because I don't know what's happening. Well, I knew what was happening. So I wasn't even feeling well enough to drive to the doctor's office, so I had a televisit, which I was so thankful for. Because you know what? Who wants to go to the doctor? Who wants to sit in the emergency room when they're sick? Who wants to do that? I don't want to do that. So I, contacted the doctor. I told him my symptoms, and, I told him what I wanted. And, I guess these doctors get tired of me telling them what I want, right? Because I asked for a Z-Pack. And he said, no, well, we're going to do 10 days of amoxicillin, because I think a Z-Pack, I think you take 2 the first day, and then you take 1 tablet every day for 3 days. So it's a 5-day course. 2 the first day, and then 1 tablet each day, every day for the next 3 days. So you get 3 and 2. That's 5 tablets, right? So he didn't want me to have the quick and dirty. He said, we're going to do the amoxicillin. I said, okay, whatever. I didn't even want to argue. Okay. And so my daughter had to get an antibiotic too, because both of us had sore throats. My throat was so sore. I don't remember having a sore throat like this since I was a child. And it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. I couldn't breathe without it hurting. I couldn't swallow. Oh, it was just bad. It was bad. And then I told him that I had a rash. He didn't say what I knew, but I didn't want to say it. Okay? And when you think about, okay, let me just say it, scarlet fever. Okay? When you think about scarlet fever, you know, you've got this rash most likely across your face, across your torso. And if you get it on your face, you know, after, you know, you're done with it, it leaves your skin just like a melted Halloween mask. You just look really, really old. And I don't think I look too old, do I? Anyway, I didn't have the rash on my face. I had the rash here. And the rash is gone. You can't even see it. It was a rash here and then on the same place on my other thigh. And I was like, what is this rash? You know, it was hard, it was dry, it was like sandpaper, it was itchy. And the rash came first, right? And it was like I said, you can't see it because it's gone. But the rash was like from here to about right there on both thighs. And it was real itchy, real dry, felt like sandpaper. And I was like, what is this rash? What is this? And then the sore throat came, right? I didn't have a rash on my face, thanks be to Yahweh. It wasn't across my torso or my chest or anything like that. And I guess that's why the doctor didn't say scarlet fever. I said scarlet fever. But usually scarlet fever is a rash and strep throat together. You know, the doctor says, you know, with something like this, the best thing you can do is just get plenty of rest. He said, if you're tired, lay down. I was tired. I was nauseated. My daughter was nauseated. My husband, he's got more of a chest cold because when he coughs, you can hear it coming up, and he's got more of a chest cold. My daughter and I, we had fevers. I don't think he had a fever. If he did, it was very, very short-lived. But anyway, everybody's doing a lot better. Saturday, I laid in the bed the entire day. And it just seemed like that one day, that one Saturday that I laid in the bed, it seemed like I had been in the bed for 3 days. Because I'm not accustomed to, you know, being in bed that long. So, the thing that we needed during that time, outside of the antibiotic, was right here in this house. I did not have to leave here to get anything to take care of us. And what made me think about that was that my daughter was complaining about how nauseated she was. And see, my daughter has a history of strep throat, and normally it's her that gets sick first, and then everybody else gets it. But this time it was me first, and then she got it, and then my husband got it, and they both got sick, I think Wednesday. I think it was either late Wednesday, both of them crashed, or it was either early Thursday morning. But normally she gets it first. But when she was little, she always had strep throat. And I can remember her always complaining about being nauseated and her with her head stuck in a trash bag. And she's trying to throw up. She's doing things to make herself throw up because she feels like if she throws up, she's going to feel better. And she just got the dry heaves and nothing is coming up. And she just was feeling so bad. And I was like, oh my Lord, what am I going to do for this child? Because I'm so weak. I can't even go to the store. There was no way I could have gotten behind the wheel of a car and drove anywhere. I just couldn't. And the other thing was that I couldn't stay awake. I could not stay awake to save my life. So, she said she was going to take a shower. So she took her shower. And I set my alarm for about 30 minutes. Give her time to get out the shower, and then I was going to check on her again. And I went in her room, and she's sitting there with the bag like this, and you know, I was like, oh my gosh. So I said, how about some seltzer water? So she drank a little seltzer water. She said it helped a little bit. So I said, okay, well, just lay still. And I fell asleep. And when I woke up, something woke me up and something said, Benadryl. Thank you, Yahweh. Because I can't stand to see nobody I love and care about suffer. I don't want to see. And you know, nausea is just one of them things. It's like, would you rather be nauseated or would you rather have a toothache? You know, because nausea and not vomiting, that's bad. You know, at least if you're nauseous and you vomit, you know you're going to get some relief once you unswallow, right? And so she didn't have the vomiting. She just had the nausea. And it's like, I don't know if I would rather be in labor or be nauseated. I mean, both of them are excruciating to me. It's terrible. It's horrible. So, like I said, I was laying there and I was asleep. And all of a sudden I woke up and I was like this here. I was like, my eyes popped wide open. And something said Benadryl. And I was like, oh, wow. And I was like, I got Benadryl. You know, but I had to find a bottle that wasn't expired because I had all these. I always keep Benadryl because I got one asthmatic. Actually, I have two children who are asthmatics. They're grown, but I call them my children. Two asthmatics, and you know, you just never know when somebody could, you know, be having a reaction to something. But if it's anaphylactic shock, you know, don't think that Benadryl is going to help you because you need not only the antihistamine, but you also need something to make sure that the heart is going to not fail on you if somebody's having anaphylactic shock, because that's what happens, you know, their heart stops. But so you have to have like an EpiPen. EpiPen has the Benadryl. EpiPen also has the what do you call it? The stuff that makes the heart, the adrenaline. So you need the adrenaline and you need the antihistamine for someone who's having anaphylactic. Benadryl alone won't do it. You can give them Benadryl until, you know, EMS gets there and they can give them, you know, an EpiPen or whatever. But you should always, if you know you're in that kind of situation, you should have an EpiPen at your disposal. I'm sorry, my voice is going. But anyway, I woke up and I was like, Benadryl. I jumped up out the bed. I threw away 3 boxes of Benadryl that were expired. And I always keep the liquid Benadryl because it works quicker than waiting for a pill to break down and get into the system. So I always keep liquid Benadryl. I think I have one EpiPen in there. But I gave her the Benadryl. 20 minutes later, she was out. I went and checked on her like 4 hours later. She was still out. I said, okay, because I think I gave her like 2 tablespoons. And she was fine. She slept through the night. And then, you know, I think I had to do that for her like maybe 2 or 3 more times after that. Because she just kept complaining of, you know, these waves of nausea. And I was having it too. But I didn't want to take the Benadryl. I don't like how Benadryl knocks you out. Because once I take Benadryl, it takes like at least 48 to 72 hours for that Benadryl to wear off. And I don't like having that feeling for so long. Okay. I don't know if you all are putting comments, because I don't see them on my screen. Let me go over here and just check real quick and see if there's any comments. But yeah, we are all doing well. I was so glad I did not have to leave the house to get Benadryl for her, and she slept just fine, and she needed that rest because I'm telling you, strep throat is no joke. It will wipe you out and make you feel your worst. So I'm just going to my channel. Here we go. Water Sniper, hey, what's I'm getting ready to get to that right now.
Hey, what's up?
Uh-oh.
I'm getting ready to get to that.
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. So anyway, I had everything that I needed to take care of us. The next day, which was Sabbath. Was it Sabbath? Okay, so Thursday we got the antibiotics. Next day was Sabbath. This was the first Sabbath where we did not come to the table and everybody sit down like we normally do on Sabbath. We eat dinner every night at the dinner table, every night. And, Sabbath is a special night for us. But we were all so sick. My husband was in his office downstairs. My daughter was laid out on the sofa in the living room, and I was laid out on a chair in the kitchen. We were just scattered. So the next morning, which was Saturday, I had to, I felt like I had to get up and, do something for my family. I had to cook. I didn't want us just laying around and, no food, no water. So I was thankful again because everything I needed, we had. I got up, I made everybody chicken soup. Okay, I had to make theirs their way. They like chicken bouillon, so their soup had chicken bouillon and chicken and onion and celery and garlic. And oh my gosh, it was so good. I forgot how good that could be. And it took me exactly 5 minutes to pull that soup together for them. And I was so thankful. I had everything I needed. And dill. And my chicken noodle soup, I can't do rice. Oh, and I put rice in their chicken noodle soup, or their chicken soup. But I put rice in their soup. I can't do rice, so I just did chicken, celery, garlic, onion, ginger, and dill. It was so good. Everybody was just talking about how good this soup was, and I was like, I'm gonna make some more for dinner tonight too. But everyone was talking about how good it was. But I was just so glad we had that. Everything that we needed, we had right here. I was thankful for that. I was so thankful. It might seem like a little thing. It might seem like I'm making a whole lot about something so small, but it meant a lot to me because I was sick. We were all sick, and nobody felt like even getting up to go downstairs to get a glass of water. That's how bad we felt. My daughter and I both had fevers. And I'm sorry for my voice because the more I talk, the worse it sounds. So that's why I'm not going to be on here long. But yeah, I was just so glad that we had everything that we needed. Now, about this relationship, okay? About this relationship. Let me just stand before you so I can tell you about this relationship, okay? And listen, I am very happy. I'm in a good place. I am very happy about this relationship being over. I am overjoyed. I am elated. I am ecstatic, okay, that this relationship is now over. Because this was a relationship I never wanted in the first place. Never wanted this relationship, but in life sometimes we find our places, we find our place in spaces that we just somehow adapt and adjust to. We get comfortable with, and I guess that's what happened. I got into a situation. I got into a relationship. And I wasn't sure how to get out of it. So I stayed in it and I made the best of it while I was there. But the other day I noticed something and I couldn't understand why I was feeling the way that I was feeling. I couldn't understand why I was feeling the way I was feeling. And something said, go in the bathroom. Some said, go in the bathroom. I said, okay. And even, well, let me stay on track. Some said, go in the bathroom. I went in the bathroom. I pulled off my clothes and I walked around the bathroom and I'm like, something's different. Something's different. I don't know what it is. Something is different. I don't know what it is, but something is different, okay? Pulled off all my clothes. I got on the scale. And the scale said 190. I think for those who've been following my channel, you know that I've been doing keto off and on, off and on. And at last check, if you look back at my last weigh-in was 195.5. So I get on the scale and the scale says 190. I was like, whoa, I wasn't even ready. Because really, the way I've been eating around here lately, I'm talking about getting up at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, going downstairs to eat 2 pieces of baked chicken, a cup of Brussels sprouts, a half a cup of string beans at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, okay? 11 o'clock at night, you know, going to get me a piece. I found a place that sells grouper. Going downstairs to get me a piece of grouper. 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, eating in the middle of the night, all hours of the night. And the scale said 190. Okay. I wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. So, okay, I said, well, I lost 5 pounds. I lost 5.5 pounds. Okay, I'll take that. So, you know, I'm still feeling different. I don't know what it is, but something's different. So yesterday, I get back on the scale again. Now, I've always talked about, ever since I've been on this channel, my goal weight is 180 pounds, okay? I got on the scale again yesterday, and the scale said 185 pounds. 185 pounds. And like I said, I've been eating, okay, all hours of the night because I'm hungry. I know what the naysayers will say, but you know what? They always got something to say, so let them say. Let them say. But anyway, 185 pounds. Actually, I'm lying. It was 186.5 because I took a picture. So I can't lie, right? I can't lie about it because I'm going to post that video of when the scale said 186.5. But that 1.5 pounds that I just lied about, that's not really lying. That's, what do you call it? Manifesting, okay? I know I'm going to get down to that 185. I know I'm going to get down to that 180. Even though I wasn't trying, I'm going to get there. But let me tell you what the relationship was that is now over. Let me turn this camera up a little bit. The relationship, which is now over, is the love-hate relationship between my belly and my thighs. They don't touch anymore. The relationship is over. When I walk now, I don't feel my belly hitting my thighs. And that's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, well, something's different. What is it? What's happening? What's going on? Why do I feel different? I don't know. And like I said, I didn't realize I had lost 5.5 pounds. And then I certainly didn't realize that I had lost, okay, I'm 186.5 now. So I've lost, about 10 pounds. I didn't know. So in having lost that 10 pounds, I still got, I call it a flank, okay? But it's not on my thigh when I'm walking, when I'm standing, okay? And that's a big milestone for me. It may seem like nothing to someone else, but to my sisters out here who carry a little weight with them, I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about and how I feel, okay? I was so happy, number one, to know that I had lost almost another 10 pounds without trying. I was just eating the way I'm supposed, well, I can't even say I was eating the way I was supposed to eat, because according to those that do the saying, you're not supposed to eat after this time, you're not supposed to eat after that time, you know. And I do my best to make sure that we eat no later than 7 p.m., okay? In the summertime, maybe 8 o'clock, because, you know, it's daylight outside, we have more opportunity to be out and be active and do things and not just be sitting around and watching TV all the time or looking at the boob tube or whatever. So, I really do my best to make sure that, you know, I've got dinner on the table at a decent hour. But that relationship is now over, and I'm so excited about it. I'm so happy about it. And at first I was a little upset when I found out that I had lost all this weight. I mean, 10 pounds, that's a lot of weight for me. I don't know, I felt I felt like that weight came off and I didn't know it was coming off because I wasn't trying to take it off, okay? It wasn't a concerted effort. It was not intentional. And so I felt a kind of a way about the weight coming off, and I didn't intend for it to come off, you know? But then I thought about it and I said, well, number one, I calculated how many bananas I've eaten in the last year, and it's over 1,000. In the last year, I've eaten over 1,000 bananas because I would eat 4 bananas every day. 4 times 365 is over 1,000. Okay? I calculated that and I said, you know what? That's not good. Even a good thing can be a bad thing if you do too much. So I had given up bananas for it's been almost 3 weeks. And I would cook the bananas so that they were very, very sweet. You know, the more you cook a banana, the sweeter it gets, the more sugar, the more concentrated the sugar becomes. And so I stopped eating the bananas. I stopped eating the mangoes because I have this thing for mangoes where, you know, I could eat my weight in mangoes, no problem, okay? But then, you know, I'm watching and listening and getting information from, you know, abstracts and, what do you call those? The things that the medical libraries put out about fruit and sugar and fructose versus glucose and which one the body uses best and more effectively, and one, you know, stores in the body and can cause problems. The other one is more effectively used, that being glucose. Fructose or sugar fruits are not so good for us, especially if you eat it every day, especially if you're juicing that fruit, because you're taking the fiber away and taking away the barrier that slows down how fast that sugar even gets into your bloodstream. So I stopped eating all those bananas and all those mangoes because I can make a banana and mango dessert that tastes just like peach cobbler. You would not know the difference. Why are you sitting in the street like that? What are you doing? But yeah, I stopped eating the bananas and mangoes for about 3 weeks, and I think that's why I lost the weight, because I stopped the sugar. I have not had table sugar in 1 year and 5 months. I've not had any sweetener in 1 year and 2 months, because at one time I was doing the erythritol, the monk fruit, you know, the sugar substitutes, which they're saying people shouldn't bother with because you will have some some issues or some problems down the line. So I don't do any sugar substitutes. I don't do any sugar. And I left bananas and mangoes alone for 3 weeks. And in that time, I lost 10 pounds. So I'm not going to stay because right now, basically, what I'm doing is keto again. And I had 3 different doctors tell me to stop the keto because I was feeling so sick. I was feeling so bad. My body was hurting so much. And they were like, just take a break. It's not saying you don't go back to it because they say you can get on and off keto as you will. So I have some plans to go and see a endocrinologist because I don't understand if my A1C is 5.3 now, very good. My glucose fasting is anywhere between 88 and 94. And then if I eat a piece of fruit like a banana or a mango, my blood pressure goes up really, really high. So I think it's good that I go see an endocrinologist because we're thinking that maybe my insulin is not working the way that it should be. It's not processing the sugar from the fruit the way that it should be. And that's why I feel so bad after I eat bananas and mangoes. So usually when I eat that, I either have to eat the banana or I have to eat the mango. And I learned to stop eating four bananas at one time. 2 bananas is enough a day, okay? So that's what I meant when I said the relationship is over. The relationship between this flank here and my thighs is no more. When I walk now, never shall the 2 meet again. I won't let it happen. I won't let it happen. I'm down to 186.5. I'm gonna say it was 185, but it really was 186.5. I'm gonna post the video. But yeah, I wasn't expecting it this soon. But then, after I thought about it, I said, it's because you're not eating the fruit. And, I eat according to what keto says for the most part. There's still things that I eat. I eat peas. They say I'm not supposed to. I eat peas. I'm not supposed to have lemons. I love lemons. I'm still doing lemons. Certain things they say I'm not supposed to eat, but I still eat and I'm still losing weight. So that's where I am with that right now. And I'm pretty happy about it and I'm just excited. I think I'm looking pretty good, Yeah. Anyway, so I need to get started on dinner. Today is going to be the first night that I have cooked since, Tuesday of last week. It has been a rough one. It has really, really, really been a rough time. Now, I'm only going to be here for about 10 more minutes or less because I need to fix dinner and I don't want to do any more 1 and 2 hour videos because I just, I love watching a long video. I love watching long videos. And sometimes I'm not really watching, but more so listening because I'm cleaning and, doing whatever I have to do. So I enjoy that. But for me to do that, I just don't have the time. And trust and believe, when you do see me here in front of the camera, it's because I really made an effort to make time to come here and be on this camera. If you see me in the car and I'm doing a video, it's because I don't have time otherwise. I just don't have time otherwise. But anyway, that video I did about Turks and Caicos, it was a live video and it was a part 1 and a part 2. I took it down for many reasons. Number 1, I wanted to tell you about Turks and Caicos, but it doesn't take 2 hours and 2 videos to tell you about Turks and Caicos, not in what I wanted to tell you. So number 1, I felt the video was too long, okay? The reason why there was part 1 and 2 was because YouTube booted me out and I had to start over again. It didn't ask me if I wanted to start the stream back up. So I had to start it again, and it was the second segment, and I was like, this is not what I wanted. The other thing was that we had a bit of a fashion faux pas. That was not intentional. But you know, I always get before the mirror and I look at myself and I check myself out before I come on camera. But normally when I do it, I'm standing. And you know, sometimes when you go from standing to sitting, things can spread, you know, and there was a little bit more visible than what I really wanted to be visible. So that was another reason why I took that video down. You know, I just felt like that video didn't represent me in the way that I wanted to be represented. So I took that video down because of that. It was too long. It didn't need to be 2 hours. It didn't need to be 2 different segments. It was just too much. So anyway, I have organized a 10-minute video where I'm telling you everything that I know about Turks and Caicos, okay? And it shouldn't take me any more than 10 to 15 minutes to tell you all the great and wonderful things I want you to know about Turks and Caicos. Because listen, every morning I wake up and I'm just fiending, trying to get back to Turks and Caicos. Listen, I'm going to say it in the video. I'm going to say it right here. And again, Turks and Caicos, it's a whole other world. It's the atmosphere, the air over there is different. It is so different. There's no buzz. There's no ringing. When I tell you the air there is intoxicating, I'm not making this up. I'm not exaggerating or just, you know, making my language colorful to entice you into going over there. I'm telling you, the air there is intoxicating. I don't know what they're doing over there, okay? But it is so relaxing and just, it's, oh, wow. You gotta go. You got to go. It's only 2.5, well, from where I came from. We came from Dulles Airport, which is in Virginia. It was supposed to be a 3-hour flight, and we got there in 2 hours and 20 minutes. I mean, I just thought that for 2.5 hours, it's well worth the trip to go there. I mean, my cousin, for instance, she's been to Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii. I really don't want to go. I don't know why. But it seems like a lot of people want to go to Hawaii. And my cousin said to me, don't even worry about it. Because number one, it's almost a 22-hour flight. And on top of that, Hawaii, she said Hawaii reminds her of New York with palm trees. She says, I don't want to go someplace where, you know, I feel like I've already been there, you know, and that makes sense. But she said Hawaii was like New York with palm trees. If someone tells me a place is like New York with palm trees, I don't want to go. I'm not pressed to go. And I'm not pressed to spend 22 hours in flight to get there either, right? So anyway, I think that going to Turks and Caicos it's a whole nother setting. It's a beautiful place. It's only 2 hours and some change. It's like no other place I've ever been to. So, anyway, excuse me. Woo! That's all I have to say. That is all I have to say. You know, there's one other thing I want to say. And this is just an observation that I have made. 2 other things that I have to say. Just an observation that I have made. Number one, content creators. Content creators. I have noticed that people who sit around and come to YouTube to just talk about others, who come to YouTube and just every time they come to the channel, every time they come to the platform, all they're doing is talking about other people, other events. And this is all they do. This is all they talk about, is talk about other people, how bad they're doing, how bad off they are, how evil they are, how bad they are at this, how bad they are at that. They don't know this, they don't do this, they're not like this person over here, and they're, you know. My thing is, if you really have content, you know what you do? You come to YouTube, you bring your content, you drop it off for the masses, and then you go back home and live your life. But there are people who, for the lack of content, all they can do is talk about someone else and how bad off they are, or how bad they're doing, or how bad they, or how much better someone thinks they should be doing. You know, and my thing is, if you really have content, you're going to bring that content, minus having to bring somebody else down. There's a saying, and I don't know exactly how it goes, but it's like, great minds no, small minds talk about others. Great minds talk about ideas, or something like that. I think you know what I'm trying to say. But I think it's the small-minded person who always has something negative to say about someone else. They have no content. So all they do is talk about how evil, how bad, how wrong someone else is. And it makes me appreciate those people who just come here and bring their content. They don't have to talk about nobody. They don't have to say, oh, this person over here is so evil, or they're so bad, they're doing this, and this is wrong. And, you know, listen, I think anyone with a half of a brain knows a little or a lot about where this world is today. I think we all have a good idea as to what's going on in the world today. And it just makes me appreciate even more, and I'm gonna call a couple of people out. It makes me appreciate even more those people who bring their content. They come in and bring their content, and then they go home. They get their lunchbox and they go home. You know, one of those people is, it's Justine's World. Now, you might not agree with what she got going on, or, you know, how she's doing things or whatever, but that's her life. She's living her life. She's doing the best she knows how to do. And this young lady is doing her best to be happy, joyful, peaceful, out the way, and minding her own business. She don't come to her channel talking about other people. And I like her for that. You know? Who else? The Eclecnista. Stephanie, I think that's her name. The Eclecnista. Thank you, Stephanie. I sent you the email with the information. I bought a dress. It's beautiful. From Miss Stephanie. But, you know, she's another person. She comes in and she does what she does, you know. Sometimes she has these little chit-chats with us, and sometimes, you know, she's having these online sales, and she just does what she does, and does it without bringing anybody else down. And that is admirable. It's respectable. And I appreciate both Stephanie and Justine for the work that they do here on the YouTube platform in bringing their content, you know. And each one of them made up their mind what they wanted to do, how they wanted to present themselves, and what they wanted to bring to the platform. And it's admirable. While you got these other people that all they do is just talk and bring other people down. We know that there's evil people in the world, but you know what? I do realize that oftentimes when people do that, it's a deflection off of who and what they are. Because they're doing some things that aren't, you know, very copacetic. And so to deflect off of what they do, they have to talk about somebody else. They have to bring somebody else down. They have to, talk about how bad this person is doing or what they've done, or it's such an. I'm just trying to say it's an ugly look. It's an ugly look. You know, come to your channel. Bring something to your channel besides talking about others, because in the grand scheme of things, when you're just sitting on your channel and you're just talking about others all the time, it's making you look bad too. Anyway, this is I Am Everything Fresh and Sassy. Thank you for stopping by the channel. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. I do. I'm glad you were here to share time and space with me, whether you were here for the entire video or you came back for the replay. I do appreciate you. I do. I am going to come back. I don't know if it's going to be this evening because, like I said, this will be the first night I have cooked in almost a week. But I did make chicken noodle soup on Saturday, and we had that for 2 days. It was so good. But, and we had grouper because I found a place that sells grouper. If you're looking for grouper, Wegmans has grouper. They also have orange roughy if you're looking for that too, because for a while orange roughy was not a sustainable fish, so they stopped selling it for a long time. So I did find orange roughy and grouper at Wegmans, so get you some. Anyway, so I will be back either, if not tonight, tomorrow, to do that video where I talk about Turks and Caicos, just some fun facts and, getting there, getting back, especially when you have to go through customs on the way back. At the end of my Turks and Caicos video, there was all these people waiting to get through customs, okay? And my husband was in a wheelchair because of his ankle, right? So because he was in a wheelchair, he got to go right through. He did not have to stand in line because he was sitting in the wheelchair. They took him right through. And so they said he could have one person go with him. So my son went with him. So my daughter and I, we needed to get through customs, but we didn't want to hold up my husband and my son waiting for us because that was a 3-hour wait. Okay, that was a 3-hour wait to get through customs. So I'm like, can I get with my husband? I said, because otherwise he's going to be uncomfortable sitting and waiting. We need to get him home and they were like, sorry, you got to wait. I was like, okay. But for those who know me, I don't take no for an answer. There's got to be a way, and it's just a matter of asking the right person the right questions. So I saw this guy, and you have to stay tuned. You'll have to stay tuned, because my son even asked me, how did you get through customs before he did, my son? Because my husband got through. My son got held up for some reason. They couldn't find something they were looking for, or they said the guy that was helping him has he's a little, slower. And so it took him a while to get through customs, but I got through customs before he did. And we were at customs for a total of, I'd say 60 seconds, if that long, with 300 to 400 other people waiting to get through customs. And we were taken to the diplomat line. Like I said, I don't take no for an answer. And I'll keep asking questions until I get the right answer. And the right answer is always what works for me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm serious. I'm kidding. I'm serious. So, but anyway, I'm going to share how we got through customs so quickly. I don't know why they don't do this for everybody. I don't know. Kind of make me think I shouldn't be sharing the information, but I don't know. It's like it's there for the public. You just got to know where to look for it. So anyway, who wants to stand in line for 3 hours in customs after they just got off their return flight from, return flight home, right? So, but anyway, I am everything fresh and sassy. I gotta go cook this meal, and I will be back, if not today, tomorrow. I'm probably going to do a live video because I still am having issues with finding enough memory. I have used all 4 of my terabytes, and I bought a new hard drive, but I have to move some of the old stuff to the new hard drive. And I just, who wants to sit and do that? Who wants to sit and do that? But anyway, got to get it done so that I can record videos and then edit and present them. Or I have to come and do what I'm doing now, which is a live. And I don't really like the quality of the live videos, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to be live. I don't know if it's going to be a recorded video or not. But again, I thank you for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. I do. You all have a good evening, okay? So buone amgani. Oh, wait. Let me just make sure I didn't miss a comment. Okay. Mm. Okay. No, I didn't miss anything. So, anyway, y'all have a good one. Bye.